Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Xan Barksdale of Catching 101. I'm happy to bring you another episode from the Catching Classroom series where I break down videos from Major League Baseball games and go over them with you in detail and in depth, just like I would if we were on the same team and in the same dugout together. With that said, I've got an awesome video for you today. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so in today's video, we have a lot of teaching points in a very short period of time. It's about a 30-second clip. I'm gonna let it play at full speed first, and then we'll go over it in great detail. But just to set the stage for exactly what's going on, we have one out, a runner at first and third base in the bottom of the sixth inning in a tie ball game, 0-0. So let's go ahead and watch the clip play at full speed, and then we'll break it down.
And Falling's Hollowell, and now they will get Soto. What a wild play that was.
A wild 2 minutes right here.
Yep.
Like, okay. Soto's like, are you kidding me?
Look at it. It wasn't blocked. He was able to just pick it up cleanly.
Well, and for Elias, he didn't have a good lane to throw because the base runner started to come way back on the inside where you think you have to throw as a catcher.
All right, now I absolutely love that clip, except for the comment by the announcer at the very end. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But let's go ahead and go back to the beginning and start breaking this down frame by frame. Now again, just as a reminder, we have runners at first and third base with one out. And you'll notice the first thing that we'll see, the most obvious thing in the play is the pitcher falls down and makes a pitch that's 53 miles an hour and hits about 10 feet in front of the plate. But we also have to look at the batter. The batter's going to square for a squeeze bunt, and this is going to be a safety squeeze. We can see he's trying to lay the bunt down. He's trying to get the runner across. And again, as a catcher, we have to know the game. We have to know the situations. We're never going to squeeze in a no-out situation because we can score the runner at third with a fly ball, a ground ball. There's a lot of different ways to score them. We're never going to squeeze typically in a two-out situation. We're usually only going to squeeze with one out. So again, as a catcher, we have to know the defensive situation and have to be able to read the play. Okay, so we see the batter square for the sacrifice bunt. The squeeze bunt, but the pitcher, Hollowell, falls down. The pitch bounces far in front of the plate, and then we have Elias Diaz block it and make a great play. Now, the first thing that I want to say about this play right here, this is an abnormal play, all right? So I see a lot of times at younger ages especially, whenever something funky happens, when there's a bad throw or a missed pitch or a misfire, it's easy to go ahead and just kind of blame the other player and give up on the play. Here, Diaz doesn't give up on the play. He does a good job. He stays with it. He doesn't lose concentration by looking at his pitcher falling down on the mound. He stays with it, uses his glove, blocks it with his chest protector, and then he looks up and makes a quick decision to throw to third base. Okay, obviously we can see the runner, Juan Soto, was not expecting it. He was expecting the batter to get the bunt down and he was going to score. But there's a few other things that the other clip, or the other camera angle shows better that I want to go over in a little bit more detail with you. But number one, we need to know the situation. We need to know when it's a sacrifice or a squeeze bunt situation. Number two, we can never give up on the play, even if it's a wild pitch or a bad throw or something funky happens like the pitcher falls down. You can't ever give up. All right, and then as we fast forward, and now we get to see something from a different angle, all right? The funky pitch, he blocks it up. And now we're going to see right here, when you look at the third baseman's hands go up in the air like that, that's the universal signal for he wants the ball, okay? So if it's a first and third defense, a play like this, whenever we see an infielder's hands go up, that means he wants the ball, so we should try to give it to him because he has a good idea or a good feeling that we're going to be able to get the runner out. It'd be nice for us to be able to know on our own and see the depth perception and know where the runner is and how far off the base he is. But when the infielder tells us he wants the ball, we're going to go ahead and give it up to him so that he can make the play. And we see that here in this clip with his hands up right there. And then he's able to make the tag. And we'll get a view from one more angle, which I really like this angle right here. We'll see a couple of things going on. Another important teaching moment that I want you to see is look where the runner starts. For your entire life, you will always be taught that when you're on third base, you take your lead in foul territory and you come back in fair territory. Okay? The reason we do that is because if a ground ball or a foul ball hits the runner at third base and he's in foul territory, it's just a foul ball. If it hits him while he's in fair territory, we're out. So the runner's always going to take his lead in foul territory and then come back in fair territory. So we'll get a good view of that from this camera angle right here. Okay, so he's in foul territory. We can tell that it's a squeeze because he's not taking a normal walking lead. As soon as the pitcher starts to deliver, he's taking an aggressive secondary towards home plate. Again, we see that aggressive lead right there. He's expecting the bunt to get down, and then it's kind of like a holy crap moment. I've got to get my stuff together, get back. Now we see the hands go up from the third baseman. This means he wants the ball. And then we see Soto on third base, again, took his lead in foul territory. When he comes back to the base in fair territory, that's going to create a lane for us. And that's what I meant by that last comment by the announcer. When he said he didn't have a good lane to throw in because the runner at third base was where he wants to be, I don't usually call announcers out like that, but that is absolutely 100% wrong. We always want to throw the ball in foul territory just like he does right here. Again, we have a left-handed batter in the box, so we don't necessarily have to work around a right-handed batter, but imagine there were a right-handed batter in the box. If he comes up and throws behind the right-handed batter, when the runner's in fair territory, now we have a clear lane to throw directly to our third baseman. Okay, so a question I get asked a lot at camps or when I'm working with players is, Coach, should I step in front of a right-handed hitter to throw to third, or should I step behind a right-handed hitter? And the answer is almost always we should step behind. Now, there may be a weird play. Maybe we backhand a ball in the dirt and it takes us in fair territory and something funky happens. But generally speaking, under normal circumstances, we're always going to throw behind a right-handed hitter. So we'll throw in the same slot that he is right there. And again, that's why we have a great chance to get him out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back to the beginning. We'll play it through one more time, recap and review the few notes we went over. Again, number one, we have to know the situation, know if it's a steal situation, a bunt situation. This is a squeeze situation. Okay, the ball goes down. He does a great job staying with it. He doesn't give up on the pitch, stays with it, looks up at the runners, decides he can make a play, quickly fires to third base, makes a good throw, and we have the runner out by quite a large margin. Again, one more time, we'll go through the other angles just because this is such a good view. The runner's taking off on a squeeze, takes his lead in foul territory. He comes back in fair territory, and this is where we now have a clear lane to throw directly towards third base, whether there's a right-handed hitter in the box or not. He delivers a good throw, perfect height, easy to handle, easy for the infielder to catch and apply the tag. And again, last time, just because this is a great view, I love watching the infielder's hands go up, and then we read right there, say, yes, he wants the ball, we'll give it to him, and now he makes the play. All right, so again, a really fast play that happened over the course of only probably 2 or 3 seconds during the game, but there are a lot of really good teaching points in that. I like doing videos like this. I hope you enjoy them as well. If you feel like this is something you get out of or you like this video, please feel free to subscribe or like the video below. And I will see you next week. All right, guys, if you found this episode of the Catching Classroom helpful, I've got an entire playlist of videos just like this somewhere on the screen over here. And if you'd like to get notifications when other videos like this come out, please hit the subscribe button over here. If you found value in it, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button or sharing this video with a young catcher or a catching coach who might find value with it.